Hi boys and girls. Our wintry story this week is The Hungry Otter by Mark Ezra, and the pictures are by Gavin Rowe. So that makes Gavin Rowe the illustrator. And can you remember the big word that we use for the person who writes the book? Yeah, that's the author. Well done. And this is a picture of an otter here in a very, very wintry picture. Can you see his fabulous whiskers? Do you know what an otter eats? Have a guess. Well, we're going to find out a little bit about that. If we turn to the back of our book, to the blurb, it says, "Little Otter is very hungry, but the river is all frozen over. So how will he catch his fish?" Little Otter is a bit of a fisherman. He likes to eat fish. Now, oh my goodness me, look at our story. Look at this season. It's so white. It's quite a grey sky. Look at the trees. No leaves. What season do you think we're in? Yeah, you're right. It's deepest, darkest winter. Okay. A hungry otter. Here he is. Otters usually live near rivers, places where they can get fish very, very easily. So here he is on the riverbank. Little Otter was feeling hungry. "I'll go out to catch some fish," he said. And before any of his brothers or sisters noticed what he was doing, he launched himself out of his bankside home and down into the water. This is his bankside home. It's on the riverbank. But the water was not there. Instead was a glassy surface of solid ice. Little Otter went slithering and skidding over it, his paws scrabbling helplessly. My goodness, why is the water not there? What has happened to it? Yeah, it's just turned into ice. At last, Little Otter was able to get to his feet. He looked around him and saw nothing but white snow where the fields and green meadows had once been. It all looked so strange and unfamiliar. He's really not used to this at all. Little Otter ran and jumped around in the snow for a while, and then he bounded off along the riverbank to find the mudslide where his family played each evening before sunset. He passed high hedges, frosted white, and crossed a lane with deep, frozen ruts. Little Otter soon found the mudslide, but it was set iron hard. So his mudslide has turned to ice as well. A large crow was there already, his feathers puffed out against the cold. The crow flopped over on his back, stuck his spindly legs in the air, and scooted down the slide and onto the ice with a joyful croak. It does look like fun. "That's my slide," Little Otter was about to cry indignantly, but then something caught his eye. Can you think what might have caught his eye, boys and girls? What might he have noticed? Someone's trying to creep up on the crow. He saw a fox silently creeping towards the crow. The fox kept his body low and out of sight. The crow was so busy enjoying himself that he didn't see the danger. Closer and closer the fox crawled until suddenly the fox pounced. At the same time, Little Otter gave a cry of warning. The crow flapped his wings and took off into the branches of a tree just as the fox snapped at his tail feathers. Then the fox slipped and skidded down the slide and across the ice. Defeated, he picked himself up and loped off angrily across the fields. He's not got the crow. Thank you, said the crow. You saved my life. But what are you doing here? I came to find my mudslide, said Little Otter. And now I'm very hungry because I can't catch any fish. The river is all frozen over. That's easy to put right, said the crow. Just leave it to me. The crow picked up a large stone in his beak, flew high over the water, and dropped it. With a loud crack, it fell through the ice. There you are, said the crow. Now you have a hole and can fish. Come to think of it, I'm pretty hungry too, so while you're at it, catch one for me. Little Otter dived into the water and caught a fish for the crow. But when he went back to get one for himself, he found the fish were alert. They were not so easy to catch now. Little Otter chased the fish downstream till at last he caught another one. But when he tried to swim to the surface, he couldn't find the hole. Little Otter clawed at the ice, trying to break through. He saw the blue sky above him, but the thick ice lay between him and the fresh air. Just as he thought he would drown in the freezing water, he saw a black shape high above him. What do you think the black shape is, boys and girls? Shall we have a look and see if you're right? Crack! A heavy stone smashed through the ice, making another hole. Holding his fish, Little Otter scrambled out of the river and lay on the bank, gasping for air. The crow hopped over to him. One good turn deserves another, he said. You saved my life, and I saved yours. The crow flew back up to his perch to finish off his fish, and Little Otter shook his spiky fur dry. Then, dragging his own fish behind him, he made his way back home. A fish, cried Little Otter's brothers and sisters. How did you catch a fish when the river is frozen over? And as the hungry family sat down to eat it, Little Otter told them his story. I hope you enjoyed that story today, boys and girls. Take care. I'll be back with another one soon. Bye.